Good evening, viewer. Welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Here's a breaking news. India maintains that New Delhi's relations with China will only normalize after the situation at the de facto border returns to what it was in 2020. India and China's relations deteriorated due to Beijing's aggressive posture at LAC in April-May 2020. On June 15, 2020, 20 Indian soldiers died in the line of duty thwarting the Chinese offensive in the Galwan Valley of eastern Ladakh. An unspecified number of Chinese soldiers also perished in brutal hand-to-hand combat. The two countries have had several rounds of diplomatic and military level talks over the past 4 years. Jaishankar today said that India and China's disengagement process has now been completed. He said there were some areas in Ladakh which were blocked by both sides for patrolling after 2020. The two countries have now reached an understanding that allows patrolling. What the Foreign Secretary has said is what I can also say, that we reached an agreement on patrolling, and with that we have gone back to where the situation was in 2020. We can say that the disengagement processes with China has been completed. There are areas which for various regions after 2020, because they had blocked us, so we had blocked them. So what has happened is we have reached an understanding which will allow the patrolling. News agency, and I quoted him as saying at an NDTV event. Jaishankar said the agreement is the product of a very patient and persevering diplomacy. I think the understanding, to my knowledge, is that we will be able to do the patrolling which you are doing in 2020. I think it's good development. It is a positive development, and I would say it is a product of very patience and very persevering too. That is called also the persevering diplomacy. We have been negotiating since September 2020, when I met my counterpart Wing Yi in Moscow. At that time, I think it creates a basis that peace and tranquility which there should be in the border areas, which there was before 2020, we will be able to come back to that, he added. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri today informed the media that the two countries have reached an agreement on the patrolling arrangements along the line of actual control. We have been in discussion with Chinese interlocutors through WMCC, as was mentioned earlier, and at the military level, as well as through meetings of the military commanders at various levels. These discussions have in the past resulted in the resolutions of standoffs in various locations. You are also aware that there were a few locations where the standoff had been resolved, he said. Now, as a result of the discussions that have taken place over the last several weeks, an agreement has been arrived at on patrolling arrangements along the line of actual control in the India-China border areas, and this is leading to disengagement and eventually a resolution of the issues that had arisen in these areas in 2020, he said. Behind this exclusive report, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, Bharat.